Yay, words! What's up, guys? We are on vlog number 7 now. I'm just gonna jump right in with some more words, starting off with the verb necesitar. This, quite obviously, if you're coming from English, means to need. And I first learned this word when I was in a rush to get somewhere. I was standing outside of the house where I was staying at in Lima, pretty newly, freshly in Peru, and I hailed a taxi because I was like, oh crap, I have to get somewhere. And then pretty much as soon as I hailed it, I realized like I didn't actually have as much rush or as much prisa, as much urgency as I thought I did. I wanted to say like I don't need a taxi, but I didn't know how to say that, and so I was just kind of like in one of those moments where you're kind of freaking out and you're frozen, and like I could have just said no gracias, um, but I didn't, and so instead I ran all the way upstairs, grabbed my phone, typed into Google Translate "I don't need," and "no necesito" came up, and I was like, duh, like that makes a lot of sense. Ran back downstairs and apologized and said, lo siento, no necesito, and the guy drove off. He was probably like, why did she make me wait like 3 minutes? That was weird. My next example is from Spain. Yay! I was watching a sitcom one day and I heard the phrase something having to do with like mala leche or like es la leche, or I forget, but it's a very, very, very common, very colloquial phrase that you hear all the time in Spain. Nowhere else. It's really a Spanish thing. And it basically means like it's the shit, or it's like what the hell, or like depending on how you use it. Comparing something to milk is what you're doing. But if you use it in any other context, in any other country, they'll just be like, you're what? Like, no. So I was kind of confused when I heard this phrase being used on television, and so I turned to Danny and I said, "What does that mean?" And he kind of chuckled under his breath, and he's like, "Oh, es una palabrota." And I was like, "What's a palabrota?" And then he's like, "It's like a bad word." And later I heard Jimena, who's 5 years old, like refer to some words as being palabrotas. I just kind of assumed that it's like, okay, it means swear word. Palabrota means swear word. I was talking later to my friend Andrea in Peru, and I said something and I used palabrota, like the actual word palabrota, in a sentence. And she just started laughing at me. She's like, "You're talking like a 5 year old. No one actually says palabrota." Like, and to this day, I'm still like a little confused if it's like a childish thing here in Spain or not, because I've heard people of all ages use it, but Andrea definitely thought it was funny that I said it. And of course, I'm hanging out with a 5 year old girl here all day, so I'm kind of gonna reflect her Spanish. And the last example I have for you today is keeping with this theme of colloquialisms. It doesn't get more Peruvian than this. I think you can get away with it all over South America. You definitely can't say it in Spain. I don't think they would understand you at all. But the word is conchuda. this this is like my favorite word of all time, probably. And I don't think there's actually an equivalent in English. If there was an equivalent, it would be some sort of a combination of like tacky, thoughtless, and asshole. Like that's basically what the meaning is. You would say conchudo for a male and conchuda for a female. The first time I heard this, I was at the beach, of course, with my friend Andrea, and it was just the two of us, and we had just finished eating. And like in that context, I didn't think anything of it, and that was probably the problem. But I just whipped out like one of those portable floss things, and I started flossing my teeth like right there mid conversation with her because I had something in my teeth, so I was gonna get it out, and she just like stops dead in her tracks, and she's like, "Conchuda." I was like, "What? Like, what are you talking about? What does that even mean?" And she's like, I don't even know. Like, it's just conchuda. Like, I don't know how to say it in English. It's conchuda." It kind of became the theme throughout the rest of my time there, that like whenever anything happened that was like a conchuda or conchudo situation, Andrea would like point it out to me and be like, "That was conchudo. That was conchudo." I love saying it. I don't really think it's a swear word. Maybe it is, but swear words in general in Spanish culture across Europe and South America, I feel like just don't carry the same weight as they do in English speaking countries. people throw around like mierdas and joders and like all of this stuff, pendejas, like all of these bad words all the time. I mean, it's still a swear word, but yeah, that's what it is. It is what it is. Anyways, that's what I have for you today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I had a lot of fun making it, and I'll see you next time. Adios. Ciao.